Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Man bol Hari bol Hari 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 bol Govind Gopal bol Hari 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 bol Govind Gopal bol Hari bol Hari bol Hari 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 bol Govind Gopal bol Hari 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 bol Govind Gopal bol Hey bol Hari 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 bol Govind Gopal bol Man bol Hari 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 bol Govind Gopal bol Hari bol Hari bol Hari bol Hari bol Nitai bol Hari bol Hari bol Nitai bol Hari bol Hari bol Hari bol Hari bol Nitai bol Hari bol Hari bol Hari
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namare Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namare Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachayane Devasishya Sunyavari Asyakya Vishatayane
Gauravani Pracharine
Namo Vishnu Padaya Gaura Prastaya Bhutale Vishnu Bhakti Prachana
ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्रिसे गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालयै कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमः। तवैवास्मि न जिमामि त्वया विना इति विज्ञाय राधे तन्नय माम चरणान्तिके। First of all, my millions of dandavats pranam to the Lord's feet of my Paramaratma Guru Pad Padma Nitya Leela Pravishtam Vishnu Pasishtam Bhakti Pragyan Krishna Goswami, and send millions of dandavat pranam in the lotus feet of my Shiksha Guru Om Vishnu Pad Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj. Today is our fourth day. Everything is going on. Hari Katha, Prasadam and everything. Someone tells that sannyas is bogus thing. No. Some tells like this is like a lust. But it is very offensive. Or Madhvacharya, Ramanuj, Vishnu Swami, their disciples, hundreds and thousands of Acharya, they have taken sannyas. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taken sannyas. And after that, Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami, Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, all are taking sannyas. Those who give up sannyas, they become lusty. So they think that this is also a kind of lust. They should not tell like this. If anyone telling, protest them. Why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and others, Madhvacharya, Ramanuja, all they took sannyas? This is disobedience of Guru Parampara and Guru. We should be very careful from them. We see Madhavendra Puri, Ishwar Puri also. Someone can tell that Nityananda Prabhu, he left sannyas. Oh, he was Ishwar of Ishwar. He was Avadhut. He was Rohini Nandan Balram. For him, no rule and regulation. After this, no one is like him, himself God. Huh? They are told Bantasi if they do like so. So, we should be careful from that. They should not tell like this. Now, I request Sripad Kirtanananda Prabhu to speak 2 words. Kirtanananda Prabhu is also sannyasi. He has come to so miserable condition, but even sannyasi is there.
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauramani Pachani Seshishwari Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasudha Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama. It's such a great pleasure to be in the assembly of great Vaishnavas, especially to be in the presence of His Holiness Narayana Maharaj. I feel very inadequate to speak before this learned assembly. I am just a simple farm boy. But for Krishna, I don't know very much, but I know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. I know that He is the only doer. We have independence to desire, but unless He fulfills our desire remains unfulfilled. He is the only doer. All others are done. I also understand that the essence of spiritual life is simply to surrender to His doing, to become His willing instrument, to say, not my will, but thine be done. I think of the great saint whom Prahlad met, and recognized as a very holy man, although he was just lying on the ground. He didn't display any outward symptoms of holiness like special clothing or signs. But he was recognized as a very holy man and offered due respect. And then inquired from him. That sadhu could also recognize that Prahlad was a very advanced spiritual man, and therefore considered him a worthy person to speak to. Prahlad asked him, how have you become so advanced in Krishna consciousness? You appear to be quite fatty or well-built, or although you possess nothing. You seem content, but you don't have any of this world's things of contentment. And the holy man said, sometimes I eat very tasty food, sometimes it is very stale and unpalatable. Sometimes I sleep in a palace, sometimes I sleep on the ground. I have learned to be content with whatever I have. That is also stated in the 52nd chapter of the 10th canto. Krishna says that a Brahmana who is content with what he has is a truly elevated Brahman and can be satisfied although he has nothing. But a discontent man, though he possesses the throne of Indra, will remain discontent. And then he concludes, I bow my head. This is Krishna's. I bow my head to a Brahmana who is content. Thank you, Krishna, for now as it is. How do I use it in the best way for your service? Not my sense gratification. Sense gratification is had even by the dogs and hogs and stew who eat stew. Sense gratification is enjoyed even in hell, with hellish delights. I bow my head to a contented Brahman. I don't know anything else, but I'm very content to sit in this assembly of Vaishnavas.
Haribo!
thank you for these ideas. I appreciate you. In Shastra, there is so much glorification of Sharanagati. So much. But Sharanagati itself is not bhakti. It is the door of bhakti. Without this we cannot reach to the bhakti. Really, the service by all our senses and modes, devoid of karma, gyan and yoga and etc., without any worldly what? Desire. This is bhakti. And it touches from last point, Shraddha, to Madanakya Bhav, Radhikas. Those who will read Chaitanya Charitamrita, the books of our Goswami, Rup, Sanatan, Raghunath Ji Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, I think there must come greed to serve Krishna in one of the rasas. It must come. You are very fortunate to come in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You do not know, but one day you will know. So greed has no control. So greed, where our greed should go? Anartik charing chirat karunaya vatirna kalau samarpayitum unnatojvalarasam bhakti isriyam. This is the aim and object of our life. Jai Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give this manjari bhav. Samarpayitum karunaya, out of mercy. He distributed this. Patra or no patra, no condition. He made patra, qualified, and get this. And in this manjari bhav, like in the guidance of Rupa Goswami, Aradha Dasya. So, we should try to read the books of Goswamis and Bhagavad, Chaitanya Charitamrita. You will see this is all right. Our greed should go there. Why not? So, Sharanagati is essential, but itself not bhakti yoga. If anyone has greed like this, to be the maid servant of Radhika, like in the guidance of Rupavati Manjari, this is our goal of life, essence of all the teaching life. Now we are discussing about Srimad Bhagavad Katha. We have discussed Dhruva, not Dhruva. Dhruva was a devotee. He did bhakti. He was chanting and meditating mantra of Vishnu, Narayana. He was disciple of Narayana Goswami, but not pure bhakti. When he took darshan of Narayana, and then all his worldly desire went. But still, at the time of death, by body he was going there. In Dhruvalok. Why? Because he had still some affection for mother. Oh, where is my mother? Without mother I cannot go. She is my Guru. That is why he was given to Dhruvalok, a Vishnu Lok in this Brahmanda, Harilok. Rama Priya Vaikuntha. So this is not Shuddha Bhakti. It may be after the darshan of Krishna. He told that I was searching some piece of glass, but luckily I found out diamond. And he wanted to give up, but what becomes? He wanted in the beginning, and for this he had done so much hard studies. So Narayan told that you will have to be here and to taste the fruit of this bhakti, kingdom of whole. He was there. So we don't like bhakti like him. Prahlad Maharaj, he was Jnani Bhakta. Don't think Jnani means those who want to inhale their soul in Brahma. Not that. They are Jnani, Nirvishesh Jnani. Or Goswami or Guru Bhakt has what? Khandan Kriya. Rejected them. So not that Jnani. Jnani Bhakta. He was pure Bhakta. But with abundance he used to do bhakti. That my worshipable is everywhere. He had no appetite. He never touched to no massage, no eating, no drinking, nothing. What service anyone can do? Because he is like father, mother. So, being he bhakti pure, but we do namaskar. And then we proceed toward Ambarish Maharaj. He was pure bhakta and he was doing bhakti by all the limbs of body. Can you? You know.
Om Vaganati Mirandasya Kyanam Jala Shalakaya Chakshu Unmaitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. No Om Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Pritatnai Shishi my Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Iti Namane. I first of all offer all my Dandavat pranams unto the lotus feet of my beloved Gurudev, Om Vishnupad Pranams of Parigaj Kacharya, Astotar Sarashishi my Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaja, and all the assembled Vaishnava and Vaishnavi devotees of the Lord. So Srila Gurudev is now discussing the stage of Ambarish Maharaj's bhakti, and he's already mentioned the speciality of his bhakti over Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj is a siddha, he's a perfected personality, and Ambarish is only a sadhak, but still his bhakti is superior because he has an essential ingredient called mamata. His affection is very personalized. He performed worship of the Lord with all the limbs of his body. As Srila Gurudeva has said, Savai Mana Krishna Padara Vindaya Vachamsi Vaikunta Gwanarna Varnaye Karo Hare Mandir Manajas Madinajishu Shrutim Chakrachuta Sat Katodaya. That with his mind he was worshipping Krishna, with his words he was worshipping Krishna. He would listen to the glories of Krishna, and he performed his activities for Krishna in Vrindavan. He was the emperor of the entire planet. He was the emperor of the entire planet. And yet he saw it simply with as much value as you would see a stone. He was the emperor by birth, but yet he saw it completely as insignificant in relationship to his Ishtadev. Just as Pujapad Srila Kirtananda Maharaj was saying, how he was seeing Krishna everywhere. So he performed yukta vairagya. All of his wealth, all of his utility, he offered to Krishna. And this was his stage of bhakti. So this is superior to Prahlad. As Gurudev has just said, Prahlad was worshipping Bhagavan, the all-pervasive Bhagavan, in the sense of Bhagavan could have come as in any form. He came as Nrsimha, and Prahlad worshipped, but he didn't offer him water or a fan, etc. There was no personal mamata there. But Ambarish, he possessed this. So in the speciality of bhakti, Srila Gurudeva has said, these gradations of bhakti, there's nothing inferior about this gradation. In a material sense, Gurudev has said it's a speciality, a progression of speciality. So Ambarish Maharaj, in the performance of his seva, one time in Braj, he was performing Ekadasi Brat with his queen in Madhuvan. And on the day when it was time to break his fast, practically, the great yogi, Durvasa Rishi, he came to Ambarish Maharaj's palace. And Indian etiquette states that if you're going to offer someone a guest, when a guest comes, then you must offer some food, etc. So Ambarish Maharaj, he offered Durvasa some prasad. But Durvasa said, you just wait, I have to chant my anak, and then I will return and take. But Durvasa, his meditation was on Nirvishesh Brahm, so his anak was a long time. So he was in the Jamuna. And the time for breaking the paran was coming closer and closer. Ambarish Maharaj had to make a decision, which is more important, my honor to Bhakti Devi or my honor in etiquette to this great yogi. So he was in a great dilemma. He didn't want to make any transgression. So he consulted his brahmanas, and finally he himself decided, I will take 3 drops of Charanamrita, and this is breaking and not breaking simultaneously. So this way I am performing my bhakti, this was his consideration, and I'm also respecting my honorable guest, Durvasa Rishi. So Durvasa, in his mystic meditation, he understood what had taken place. And he came into the palace again, he saw Ambarish Maharaj, and immediately he understood what had happened, everything. And he became infuriated. And he grabbed one of his locks from his hair and he smashed it onto the ground, and out of that lock came a huge fiery demon with huge teeth and fire and a trident, and came stalking towards Ambarish Maharaj to annihilate him. And we see at this point the purity of Ambarish Maharaj's bhakti, how he just stood fearlessly in the sight of this enormous fiery demon coming to consume him. He knew that Krishna is the supreme controller entirely. Rake Krishna Mareke, Mare Krishna Rakeke. That Krishna can destroy me or save me, whatever is his will. So he was totally surrendered to this Rakshasi coming towards him. And at that time, Sudarshan Chakra immediately came to the aid of his dear devotee and burnt that Rakshasi to a cinder. And then the Sudarshan Chakra turned towards Durvasa. So what was the stage of Durvasa's bhakti? He saw this Sudarshan Chakra coming towards him and he ran. There was no question of fearless surrender in front of that Sudarshan Chakra. He ran all over the universe. First he ran in the oceans, he ran in the caves, he ran in the sky, he ran under the earth, he ran in the hellish planets, he ran in the higher planets, he ran everywhere. He ran for 1 whole year. He went to Lord Shivji. Lord Shivji said, I can't save you. Then he went to Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma also said, I can't save you. Then he finally came to Lord Narayana. And Lord Narayana, he said, Sadhavo Hridayam Mahayam Sadhunam Hridayam Tvaham. That the devotee is in my heart and I am in his heart. I am completely dependent on my devotee and my devotee is totally dependent on me. There's nothing whatsoever that I cannot protect you from this Sudarshan Chakra. You have to go back to Ambarish Maharaj and you have to beg forgiveness from him. Only he can stop this Sudarshan Chakra. I'm not independent of my devotee. So Durvasa, he went back to Ambarish Maharaj, who had meanwhile just been waiting the entire year in order to feed his guest. Durvasa, he came back in a very humble state of mind, and he offered very beautiful prayers to Ambarish Maharaj. And Ambarish Maharaj was somewhat embarrassed by his prayers. He was a pure bhakta, a Shuddha bhakta. And Ambarish Maharaj, in his turn, to stop the Sudasan consuming Durvasa, he offered Sudasan Chakra all of his piety that he had incurred through his tapasya, through his offerings to Krishna. He offered Krishna, anything that I have done that is worthwhile, you please accept this, and so that this Sudasan Chakra can be stopped. So we see his complete mood of forgiveness. This was the mood of Ambarish Maharaj. So we see him compared to Durvasa. But also we should consider that Durvasa is a manifestation of Shivji. So how could Shivji perform such an activity? And we understand that while Shivji himself was running throughout all the universes, what were all the residents of all those universes thinking? Or why is this great yogi running for his life behind the Sudasan Chakra? What has happened? And then everyone would understand, oh, he has offended Ambarish Maharaj. So in other words, the whole universe was glorifying Ambarish Maharaj, in fact. So what Durvasa did, in fact, was a service, in a sense, to Ambarish Maharaj, in that he brought out and exemplified Ambarish Maharaj's bhakti. Otherwise, how would the world have ever known that? Unless this activity had done. So in that sense, just like Shivji comes as Sankaracharya, he comes to perform a most, onerous task. He didn't really want to do this task. And nevertheless, as Durvasa, he also performed this task. But still, our consideration is bhakti. And as Srila Gurudeva is leading us through these beautiful paths of Srimad Bhagavatam, he is illuminating all these different personalities and what is the degree or intensity of their bhakti, what is their focus. Srila Gurudeva is constantly pointing out what is our focus in bhakti, who is our Ishtadev. Just now Srila Gurudeva said that Sharanagati is the threshold of bhakti. But this is just the beginning of our bhakti. Actually, where is the focus to come? Srila Gurudeva has just said, Radha Dasyam, from Shraddha to Madanakya Mahabhav. So all these gradations, through all these different personalities, are illuminating clearly for our future, perhaps this birth, future births, etc. What is our focus? What is our goal? Where are we going? So, from Sharanagati all the way up. So we see in this gradation, from Prahlad Maharaj, he was a siddha, a perfected soul. Yet his mamata, or his intensity of affection for Krishna, is not as great as Ambarish Maharaj. So this is the point of this pastime. This is to show us what is Shuddha Bhakti. Ambarish Maharaj was in Dasya Bhav, but he had some Aishwarya there also. Not so much, not like Prahlad, there was something, but his mamata was very thick. Therefore he's considered Shuddha Bhakta. So in this progression we can see his exalted state, and we can learn from this how we can take this into our own lives and intensify our focus of what is pure bhakti, what is our path, what is our gradation. It's all step by step by step, gradual progression that Srila Gurudeva is leading us through. These steps of Shuddha Bhakti, pure bhakti. Enjoy.
He understood from Maharaja's presentation.